Hello listeners, welcome back to this channel. If you're joining for the first time, we welcome you specially from our hearts. So good to have you here with us. Now, whatever you came here for, whatever news you're looking for, we have it and we've analyzed it for you. Don't bother, that's why we are here. On today's episode of News Analysis, we'll be discussing important issues. We'll be discussing issues that makes the internet want to shake. Now, what's trending on today's episode? National Assembly threatens to halt federal allocation to Jamb over alleged excessive spending. Now, the National Assembly Joint Committee on Finance has raised concerns over the federal government's grant allocation to the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board and has threatened to eliminate such grants from the 2025 budget proposal. If they don't give Jamb money, wahala go dey. Anyway, the decision came after Jamb's registrar, Professor Ishak Oloyede, presented the agency's 2025 budget proposal to the Joint Committee of the Senate and House of Representatives. Now, during the session, Oloyede revealed that Jamb remitted 4 billion naira to the Consolidated Revenue Fund in 2024, but received the government grant of 6 billion naira. These discrepancies sparked criticism from lawmakers, including Honorable Abiodun Falike and Senator Adams Oshomole. They questioned the rationale for providing allocations to Jamb, which is considered a self-sustaining agency. The committee expressed concerns over Jamb's financial practices and suggested that government funds allocated to the agency could be better utilized elsewhere. Falike asked, why not keep the 4 billion and stop government funding for Jamb? Oshomole also slammed Jamb for its expenses, including 1.1 billion on meals and refreshments. These people for like can't hire meal. 1.1 billion on meals and refreshment. For how many days? For how long? Also, 850 million on security and cleaning. Falike asked, why not keep the 4 billion and stop government funding for Jamb? Oshomole also supported this and said they used 600 million on local travels. He demanded justification for the 6.6 billion spent on local trainings, asking, what did you fumigate? Is it mosquito that took all this money? He remitted 4 billion naira and got 6 billion naira from the federal government. Why not keep the 4 billion and stop the government from funding Jamb? Now, the House Committee on Finance, Falike has also added that no more will Jamb be funded by the government, though this is under consideration. But he is of the suggestion that Jamb should hold the 4 billion naira with them, and therefore the government will wash off its hand from Jamb's issue. Falike also added that the former Edo State governor should impute his inputs in this issue. Falike said, how can you spend 1.1 billion on meals and refreshments? Are you being freely fed by the government? What this means is that you are spending the money you generate from poor students, many of them being orphans. You also spend 850 million on security, cleaning and fumigation in 2024. What exactly did you fumigate? So meaning, if the government funds Jamb, what happened to the money for registration that is being paid? What happened to the money that increases year by year? What do they use this money for? Where does it go to? The former Edo State governor also slammed Jamb for spending 600 million on local travels, even as he called on Oloyede to justify the 6.5 billion on local trainings. Jamb, they spend money. Politicians aside, these people, they chop money. This netizen said, then they carry what they made by propaganda in anticipation for retirement. Even Jamb, they fear retirement. This one said, there is need to scrub out Jamb. let each university be admitting qualified candidates as it was before the Northern oligarchy created it. Another netizen said, I support the cancellation of these two agencies. I beg, we don't need it in Nigeria. Someone said, you guys decided to look the other way like nothing is happening in Jamb. With the money collected from the sales of exam forms. Another netizen said, I beg me kuna comot Jamb, scrap out Jamb, we don't need them. This netizen said, imagine if you invest that 6 billion into the university system every year. How about now? Children will actually pay less. Another netizen said, I knew a day like this would come, when this professor would receive bashing from the senators. Federal government give you fund. Where the fund dey? You fit account for am. Another netizen don comot say, instead of you to spend the money on the poor students, you are stupidly returning the money back to the same government. See where it has landed you abi over sabi. Ha. This one dey on top Jamb side o. Another netizen said, you spent 1.1 billion on meals and entertainment. Did you read that? That is like spending over 3 million every day on the year on meals and entertainment. Yet they are charging candidates very high fee for examination. I beg, where this money they go? This netizen said, this is government funding. Why not ask if how much was given to him for remitting 4 billion? With this 6 billion, he would likely not remit anything or may remit double next time. These lawmakers are biased and may not know how much public finance is. Even though the money will enter Jamb too much. Nobody is saying the government should not fund Jamb. But if they are being funded this way, in this large amount, then the money they generate themselves, where does it go? It leaves me wondering, are these people actually as transparent as they say they are? What's your take on this issue? Do you think Jamb should actually be scrapped? Do you think they should remove this system called the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board? Drop your comments in the comment section below. And if you're yet to subscribe, come into the light, hit the subscription button and get notifications.